Hello gamers, I bring some new info on my game, which from now on has a proper name. I'm sure the 8 people are excited to see this video, so without further ado, let's see what have I been up to for the past 2 months. Right after I finished making the last video, I started working on my game and even made a short where I showed what have I added so far. For those who didn't see it, I added a new type of artifact. They are called Little Souls and they act as friendly companions who help you survive. For example, there's Angry Fly. It charges towards enemies and releases a shockwave upon contact. It has a high chance of collecting lost souls, so I think he is pretty useful. And for those who love gambling, and I know you do, there is Little Gambler. He works like an already existing item, the Cruise slot machine, but he is way more forgiving but also less rewarding. Plus, he synergizes with a new stat I added, but we'll talk about it later in the video. Sadly, not so long after, I had a new surgery, so I couldn't work on the game for more than 2 weeks. And because of my laziness, that 2 weeks turned into a month of not working on the game. But luckily, I thought to myself that maybe I should do something because I will waste all my summer break. And then another week passed and I was still doing nothing. I suddenly logged in one day and started actually making progress on the project. At first, I did some quality of life improvements and eventually started working on some more advanced things. First, I added 2 new stats, luck and max HP, which are actually tied together. Every item that boosts max HP has a chance that grows with luck to heal you, and from now on, every healing item, like for example extract from a heavenly cloud, which always hit the player every 25 seconds, now has a chance to heal every 15 seconds and additionally gives +5 max HP. The sole exception to the chance to heal rule is a new 5th soul stone that regenerates HP. The reason for this overhaul is that I thought that it was way too hard to get any form of regeneration, and if you didn't, your run was most likely doomed from the start. This change also inspired me to do more stats changing artifacts, because I felt like there wasn't any strong items like this, and it was pretty hard to build into your desired path. So I also added 4 artifacts that drastically boost one statistic but makes the other ones weaker. Secondly, I added 2 new weird and a bit funky items that seem like they don't do much, but you can actually see their input in the game. The first one is Snake Slime, and it makes everything slippery so no more enemies sticking to each other. The other one is Bouncy Castle. It makes everything bouncy, and if you manage to get 2 at the same time, a very cool thing happens. Almost every time an enemy touches something, it just starts spinning like crazy, and if a bunch of them gather in one place, they effectively become a wall that helps you survive. Lastly, after delaying it for 2 weeks, I worked on some special items and I'm gonna list my favorites by category. At first, we have synergy items, Holy Devourer, and it makes holy zones grow on hit. At the standalone passive items category, I think my favorite is the Soul Reaper. It adds 1 soul every time you nearly get hit, which makes the player play more risky and very much rewards this style of playing by making you stronger. And last but not least, the other category. I have an item that adds a chance to block incoming damage but also have a chance to double it. It is called Double Edged Sword. I chose this item because I love gambling. The next update will for sure be partially visual, so stay tuned. And that's it gamers, I hope you enjoyed this devlog and see you next time.